Well, my thing is with the military, I wanted to do 20 years.
Yeah.
So it was very hurtful for me to have to get out the way that I did. And I held that shame for a long time because I felt like I let myself down and my mom down. I actually, when I passed and reviewed from boot camp, it was on Mother's Day. And that was one of the most beautiful ceremonies that you could ever see. And I felt like I had to make it up for my high school graduation. So when that happened to me, it took me a long time to realize what happened wasn't my fault, because a lot of things that I experienced in the military was sexual trauma as well. You know, a lot of harassment from the guys there. You know, I had guys exposing themselves to me. I had guys trying to rape me. I had guys physically touching me.
We haven't done a podcast.
I know, it feels like a year.
Didn't we like even before I left?
We had like 4 days off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not good. We were like doing like 3 podcasts a day for a while.
I was never invited, so they weren't great.
Then this one's gonna be, Are we live?
I like her. Paula is in the house.
I am.
Yeah. This one's gonna be way better because you're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's got a great character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And plus, we haven't done one in a while. So
Yeah, welcome back.
We'll feel a little spunky.
Spunky.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I was going through withdrawals. I mean, I was so used to working the 10-hour days in the studio that when he left on vacation, I was lost.
Yeah, I walked past there one day and you seemed a little off.
Oh, you
and
saw me.
I never met you, but it just seemed like
I was off.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah. I was off.
I texted him and he was like, "Oh, I'm just sitting at home in the dark."
No, I was here when you texted me. I was in this room in the dark.
In this room
in the dark. Working. Yeah.
That's funny.
I was talking to him and he wasn't here.
Yeah.
Ghost vibes.
It's kind of like a radio studio.
It is. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's better than my apartment, bro.
Well,
Can I move in?
it's better than my first apartment.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, this is not my first apartment, and it's still better than my apartment. What does that tell you about
but you're
your
fresh.
lifestyle?
You're fresh, though. You're fresh. You're new. You're 90 days in.
I am.
That's almost
It'll
like
be 90
you were
days
reborn.
on Saturday.
It's almost like you were kind of, in a sense, reborn 90 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we're starting over.
Yes.
It's like a reset button.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing different?
This time I'm being mindful and not mindful. Yeah.
Wow. So, what is that?
So the last time that I was here, I had been through a lot. I had just pretty much lost almost everything. I lost my mother August 17, 2017, when I was in surgery. A year later, I lost my stepdad, who was pretty much like my father. I went through a separation. And I've been with someone for 8.5 years. Lost my apartment, got into a bad car accident, lost my best friend to cancer 39 years. So that was 2017 and 2018, then 2019. 2019, these things are slipping, I'm sorry. Okay. 2019, I lost my uncle in July. 3 days later, I lost another uncle. And then lost my grandmother. So when I came, my mind was just kind of all over the place. I was staying in a transitional home for women veterans. So when I came here, it was in the midst of all that. And I was angry. I was hurt.
Of course.
And it kind of felt forced.
Come in here.
Yeah. I knew that I needed to get help, but it was more of people in my ear saying, "Oh, you're an alcoholic. Oh, you do drugs. Oh, you need to get help." You know, and I was convincing myself that I needed help as well, but I didn't really want it. So when I came the last time, I fought against it. You know, and it was COVID. So we did a lot of things through Zoom. And Hope by the Sea is great, but I wasn't great at the recovery. You know, I didn't really participate in the groups. I stayed in my room a lot, watched TV, wasn't really into it. And when I left, I just kind of did the white knuckle thing. You know, I never was into the meetings. I didn't do the big book. I didn't do anything. I just kind of white knuckled it. And I thought that just staying away from the liquor stores or staying away from alcohol, that's all it was. You know, I didn't take anything that they tried to teach me home with me. And I suffered a lot. And eventually I got the case of the fuck it's, and I was right back in the bottle. It was too easy for me to get back into the bottle. It was too easy for me to say, this happened, and now here I am again.
Victim mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and it was definitely victim mode because I placed the blame on someone else instead of accepting the responsibility, you know. And over the time, I just kept drinking more and more, and my body, it suffered the consequences physically. And then I started to also see the emotional damage it was causing, not just for me, but for the people in my life. And it just got really dark, really, really bad, and really fast. And it happened so fast that I didn't even realize the time had passed. I didn't realize it had been 4 years of my life that had passed from the last time that I was here. And when I got here this time again, I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure, but I knew I needed help. And so when I got here this time, I just sat still.
Are you hearing the dog?
Yeah.
It's cracking me up.
You can bring him over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, bring him over here.
That's my
Where is
emotional
he?
support
He's in
animal.
his-
She's in her bag.
She's in her bag.
Yeah, she's in her bag. You want me to get her out?
Yeah, but get her out. Grab her.
Yeah, grab
Okay.
her, for sure.
Okay, give me a second. I'm sorry,
no
guys.
No worries. Are you kidding? This is all part of it.
Okay. No, she's there.
Go hit the AC button. You just have to switch it over, Shane. You know how to do it? And then look and see what it set up. Push the down button.
Yeah, I was like,
Put it down to like 69.
Yeah, she was.
All right.
She has a personality of her own.
She was oh, you did her tail?
I did.
And, all different colors.
It's rainbow.
Rainbow.
Yeah.
She's like a cat. She walks around. Paula walks around, and the dog follows her like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
She's
leave her
very
side.
obedient.
Yeah, it doesn't leave her side.
Nice.
That's like the dog lives to help you.
She's my emotional support.
Yeah.
What kind of what is that? That's a York?
She's a teacup terrier,
Teacup
and
terrier.
her breed is beaver terrier.
Oh.
She's actually gonna be 3 in 2 days, May 17th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good little dog.
yeah. That's Princess Keys.
We have a little palm chi at my house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's my wife's dog.
yeah.
I have a Samoyed. He's a bigger dog, but he's just like the sweetest dog ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what you're doing here is great, Chad. I just want to tell you that. I never really got an opportunity to thank you. So I want to thank you for what you're doing here. Hope by the Sea is great.
Yeah.
Definitely saved my life. And even though I'm back again, I knew that this was the place for me. That's why I came back. I wouldn't have went anywhere else.
We always say here on the podcast that it takes us a couple times. It took me like how many times?
10.
10 times.
Just
going to
throwing a
rehab.
number out there.
Okay.
You know.
Well, at least you got it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully this is my last time. Third time's going to be my charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were here during COVID, huh?
I was.
That was pretty gnarly.
It was. It got a little difficult. And especially at my house, because there were, at the time, I think there was only 6 of us. We were staying at the cookhouse.
Yeah.
And it became repetitive.
Right.
And they kind of, I think they didn't know what to do with us because they weren't expecting it to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And just sitting in the house all day, it kind of drove us crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We were
but-
literally winging it. We really didn't know.
Yeah, we can tell.
You know?
But it worked
can
out. Yeah, and our bellies definitely felt that.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah, but it worked out. It worked out. It was okay. Tommy was a great house manager. Shout
Yeah.
out to Tommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked out for us though, and we got through it. You know, eventually we came back to the center.
Shout out to the cookhouse.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
cookhouse was nice.
She's old school. She knows
Yeah.
the cookhouse.
Coast.
I had the
Yeah.
room upstairs.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
the way at the top.
All
third
the way
floor.
at the top, the
Nice.
elevator room.
All right.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Then we got transferred to Michelle's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how are things going now today?
Things are amazing. This time, I'm more in tune with God. So I think that's what is driving me more this time. The last time I came, I did a lot of writing with Frank.
Yeah.
But this time, I feel like I'm on a more spiritual journey.
Nice.
I enjoy Frank's class, but I feel like when it comes down to it, for me personally, when I have those urges and those cravings, I'm going to need God.
Yeah.
I don't think writing my way out of it will help me.
No.
You know, so I love and enjoy Pastor Pete's class. That's
Oh,
where
nice.
I go every afternoon. I make sure that my routine every morning is to wake up and pray and meditate. I put God first in everything that I do. I just feel myself changing in so many ways now. It's a whole another experience for me this time, and it's working. It's definitely working. I'm working a different program. I'm actually working a more honest program in everything that I do. So it's not just about not drinking from anymore. You know, it's about the words that I speak. It's about my actions, you know, and it's giving me a different perspective on how I look at things. I'm utilizing the counseling more this time. I'm talking about things that I didn't think I would ever be able to talk about. And that's important because I've been holding it in for so long, and I'm crying, and I was never a crier.
Yeah.
That's where you're finding God,
Yeah.
you know, in the pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
God will do that too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's
'Cause-
definitely doing it to me.
There's you guys know what the shortest book in the Bible is?
What is
right?
it?
It's I don't know where it is, what chapter it is, but it's the shortest book in the Bible. It says Jesus wept.
Yeah. Yeah. That used to be my grandmother's favorite prayer. That's all she would say is Jesus wept.
Yeah.
She would even say it for breakfast. I was like,
Jesus-
so
Jesus wept.
what are you saying about these eggs? Yeah, but I'm definitely a crier now. My sister's going to be surprised about that one because I never cried unless I was angry. But what I'm also learning is that anger is actually not an emotion, really. It's underlying feelings there,
Yeah.
you know, and
Look at you. Wow.
yeah, I'm paying attention
Yeah,
now.
you are.
Feels
Yeah,
good.
it's all good stuff.
Yeah, man.
Everything you're saying is
It's
like
incredible.
it's just like what we talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
We just talk about that, and it's nice to hear that you're saying the stuff that we say every day on this podcast. Like we both start our mornings with a routine. We put God first. God is the most important part. I do my prayers and meditations. I get up I'm an early riser. Just happen to be that way. I get up at 3 a.m. I do. I gotta have my coffee.
Yeah.
So I have my coffee. I do my prayers and my meditation. I do some other stuff, and then I get ready for my day, and I go to the gym. So it's all part of my routine. But if that one piece, that prayer and meditation piece, is missing, I don't miss it. But there are vacation. It's very hard to get up on vacation and do your normal prayers and meditation because your whole entire life is thrown off, right? So I do the Jesus calling. And then I screenshot the Jesus calling, and I send it to my wife and my daughter. And I do that every morning. That way that when they wake up, and I'm usually gone at the gym by the time they wake up, they have something to read. And hopefully gets them in a better mood.
So is it something that you find online, or?
I have the app for Jesus Calling.
Okay.
I'll show it to you.
Do you have a specific prayer that you say in the morning?
Every day it's different.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
no, mine is very similar. I do I do this prayer where it's pretty long. It's literally like a 5-minute prayer, but I do it slowly so that I really am and I get in tune with God, and I ask God to come into my heart and my life and my body and soul and all this stuff.
Yeah, see, I'm interested in hearing other people's prayers because I kind of feel like mine is repetitive. Kind of say the same thing every morning. And sometimes I forget too, but I'll remember. And when I remember, I just stop right there in my tracks. But mine is kind of the same. I thank him for waking me up, of course, every morning. I thank him for the clothes on my back. I thank him for waking me up with a roof over my head, food to eat. I thank him for my family, my friends, for their health.
Yeah.
I ask them to protect my family and friends, as they go throughout the day, to keep them safe, give them traveling grace, So simple things.
Yeah. I do a lot of the same similar stuff. I ask him to help me to be the best version of myself.
Guide my feet.
Yep. I pray for all of the staff and clients at all of the facilities that they find what they need each day.
Yeah, and I definitely ask them to remove any temptations and taste of alcohol from me. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. The drug thing was not so hard for me to kick.
Yeah.
I started having a fear of my heart bursting from cocaine.
Yeah.
So that one wasn't, and that was even before the fentanyl thing.
Yeah.
But the alcohol has been what my fiance calls my girlfriend. For so long, it was hard to break up with her.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I continuously pray for God to remove temptation and taste from. And I'm going to keep praying on that one every day because it's never going to go away.
Yeah.
It's always going to be there. I just have to stay active in prayer.
Yes.
That's the one. No, that's the one. Like I ask God to keep me clean and sober every day.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go back to that life, man. I just don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to feel the way I felt. And I remember the last time for me, and I remember that day, and the sense of relief I felt. I wasn't blessed with picking up the phone on my last run. I was blessed with a guy kicking in my door and taking me to Orange County Jail to detox at 550 North Flower because I missed a court date.
Yeah.
So, I remember that day so specifically, that when the guy, and I used to fight, man, if the cops came in, or if, whatever it was, if somebody was coming to take me away or to stop me from continuing my use, I used to fight. And this day when this guy kicked in my door and he comes running up my stairs, and he was about 6'5", 285 pounds, I looked at the guy and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
God had to send his security.
Yeah. I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm finally done.
Wow. Did you tell him that?
No, I did not tell that.
What did you tell the guy when he came in? When he's running up the fucking stairs
I just
like a
was
bear.
like,
You put your hands up?
I did.
You did.
And there's been other times when people have run in my house and I got shot with a taser gun or,
Oh, wow.
So you knew why he was there,
Oh, yeah, I knew why he was there.
and you were done.
Yeah.
Hands were up.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I was just like, I'm
Yeah.
done. I surrender.
awesome.
It was a surrender,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't gone back since. And one of the things that we talk about, which you talked about, that is so prevalent in my recovery this time is God. I like the being mindful versus having, she said, versus mindful. A full mind,
Full mind,
a
yeah.
full mind of crap
Yes.
running through your
Yes.
head
Exactly.
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
And when I'm mindful and I'm here in the present moment and listen, and that's why I think I really miss doing this podcast. People don't understand, for us, this is present moment stuff. I can't, I'm not out there. I'm not on my phone. Everybody can wait until I'm done with this, because these moments, these moments in this particular room, it has has saved people from getting drunk or loaded. Since we've started it, we get messages.
Yeah.
It's like all of a sudden somebody will be like, you know what? I don't know how I found your podcast, but I found your podcast and I listen to it every day, and I haven't had to drink.
Yeah. And I think that's where I'm at right now. Like I was telling you guys earlier when I came in here, I was talking to my counselor earlier today, and he was asking me, what I wanted to do with my life, or what am I good at? Because I was telling him, I'm 45, and I kind of feel like I don't have a purpose, or I don't know what I want to do with my life. But one of the things that I would like to do is start something for the youth in my community, or for the women veterans, because I see myself being of service and helping those that are still struggling, mainly the people that come from my community. So if I can say something that can touch someone, that makes them want to walk through these doors or any doors, then that's what I'm here for. That's maybe what God is calling me to do. And that's another thing that I'm doing now that I didn't do before, is I'm enjoying going to these meetings, the AA meetings, because every time that I go and I hear someone speak, I hear something different that touches me, and it keeps me wanting to come back. And that's saving my life right now. So I think that your podcast is important for that as well, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're grateful that you came up.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you know what? I'm going to go back to where you said when you're praying every day and you forgot to pray, and then you just stop in your tracks. So that God shows up. God's always here, but we don't feel that all the time. So hard work meets opportunity. You're putting in the hard work, and then when God does show up, that's what we think is opportunity. And that doesn't happen all the time, though.
No.
So you got to always pray and always be open for God to come into your life.
Right. Absolutely.
No
Praying
what.
that he opens my heart. And I do that. I ask for him to, open my heart so that I can hear him.
Yes.
And feel him. Because I used to struggle with that. Like, how do you hear God? And, I'm sorry, man, I'm talking. Do you mind? And I think that, as with everybody else, you probably are trying to actually look for signs, or a tree fell and that's God, or something like that. And I talked to my dad about it once, and he says, when you go somewhere and you get that feeling, or the little hairs stand up on your arms, and it's telling you, don't go in there, or turn around, something's behind you. That's God talking to you. It's the Holy Spirit, Yeah. And so I kind of listen to the Holy Spirit now. That's how I know when God's talking. And so
awesome.
It's not listening with my ears. And that's what I ask God, is to, open my heart so that I can hear you. Not a physical sound, but open my heart so I can hear you.
It's beautiful.
Give me understanding. Give me peace with that understanding. So if I ask for something, and when I have peace about it, then I know that he's answered me.
It's good stuff.
It's great stuff.
Right?
Yeah, man. She's calming me.
You were mesmerized.
I was mesmerized because she's calming me.
Yeah.
Her words are calming, and she's going to help someone. She's going to help a lot of people. It's in her blood.
Yeah.
To help people. She's made that decision, and God put it in her heart.
Yeah.
That's how
it's done.
That's how you're gonna.
Yeah.
That's how you're gonna stay sober.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I pray.
If nobody's told you that, I'm telling you that.
Well, thank you.
Because you're meant to be of service to other people.
Thank you.
God has left you here so that you can help other people that suffer from the same thing that you've suffered from.
Thank you. Yeah. I've had another reason I know that God truly is using me is because, for one, out of all my years of being drunk and using, I've never had a DUI. I'm so grateful that I've never hurt anyone or myself while being under the influence of driving. Now, I've had incidents where I've been sick and I've been in the hospital due to my addiction. So I've self-harmed.
Yeah.
But even then, he's brought me through it.
Right.
And even with that, there's been no long-term damage done. It's things that if I take care of myself, I can reverse. And so he's given me another opportunity to do that as well. And I'm grateful for that, you know. The last time, right before I came in, I had a traumatic brain injury from last year, and it caused me to have seizures. But I couldn't stop having seizures because I couldn't stop drinking. So drinking had gotten so bad to where, you know, I started messing up my pancreas a long time ago. And just recently before I came, I was throwing up blood. My organs were kind of shutting down. I landed myself in the hospital. I was waking up with bruises, you know, and the last time before I came here, I was going through these bad withdrawals. You know, like my muscles were spasming, I was sweating, and I was afraid, like almost like for the first time, that the alcohol was gonna kill me. You know, and my fiance was like, I can't deal with you this way. Yeah. And I know how much she loves me. And so for her to finally say, you know, which is a good thing, and I'm proud of her for doing it, but she decided, you know, if you don't get help, there's nothing else that I can do. And she stopped talking to me. And now I was angry about it, but I laid there for that week, and I still drank. My pancreas was killing me. And I still, I continued, and I don't know why. It's just that disease, man, you know. And I laid there, and I just prayed. And I prayed. And for 2 days, I just laid there. And then one day, I got up, and he told me, he was like, you know, go outside. And I went outside. And when my mom passed, I kept seeing a hummingbird up until the day of her funeral. And then something just kept telling me to go outside. And on one side, there was a hummingbird across the street. And I got up, and I made the call. I called Amanda. And I had been telling her I was coming back, but I called her, and I said, I'm on my way. And then Dakota called me. Yeah. And she was on me and up until I got here.
Nice.
Yeah, I was late, but I didn't tell her that it was because I stopped at the outlet and was shopping. But I made it.
Dakota's my stepdaughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dakota's cool.
Yeah.
Love her. Yeah.
I've known her since she was like 7.
Yeah, is her hair still pink?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you know when she's in Utah right now.
Okay,
so
right on.
I'm going to assume yes.
Yeah, right on.
Wait. She's pregnant, so I don't know. Maybe not.
Okay.
She's having a baby.
Yeah, Dakota, because she called me. She kept saying, are you coming? Are you coming? I was like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I have to stop and get 4 more shots, though.
Just 4 more.
For the road.
One is too many, and 1,000 is never enough.
But I actually did good. I only got 4. I didn't get like shit face wasted. You know what I'm saying? I did 4. 4 is nothing for an alcoholic.
Right,
you know?
Yeah.
So 4 was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you also, what you said about your fiance being being where now you're okay with what was said.
Yes.
You know, because sometimes you have to set those hard boundaries.
Yes. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was angry at first.
Of course.
But, you know, in retrospect, I know it was all done out of love.
And for saving your life.
Yes. I have a very supportive family. My sisters, my fiance, the kids. We went to dinner yesterday or lunch for Mother's Day. And my stepdaughter, she said to me, I'm happy that you're not drinking. You know, and it hurt, but it felt good at the same time, you know, because I realized that not only was I hurting me, I was affecting the kids, and they were seeing it, you know, and they look up to me, you know, and I'm a big influence in their life, you know, and I would hate to know that they grew up one day doing the things that I did, and it was because they saw me doing it.
Right.
Yeah. So if I can be any kind of influence, I definitely don't want it to be that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to change the influence on a child.
Change the narrative.
Change the narrative.
Yes,
yep.
absolutely.
I like that word, change the narrative.
Yeah, and I was 100% honest with them when I came. I didn't lie about where I was going. I told them where I was going and what it was for, because I need them to understand that I made the mistake. I started drinking at an early age.
Yeah.
explain to them all the things that it's done to me, all the things that I've lost behind it. But I want them to also see, you know, that I decided to get help and how it's changed my life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to be honest with them.
Because one of the hardest things as people in general is asking for help, you know? And if other people, and that's one of the things that we hope that this podcast brings awareness, that other people can ask for help, you know, and that your life can change, and that you don't have to live in that pain and misery anymore. Because all of us that are on this podcast, and the people that come, well, I mean, we occasionally have a guest that's not in recovery at all, but we've all been in that same pain and misery, and we know how people feel, and that to show that there's steps you can take to not have to feel that way anymore and to live that life anymore.
Right.
Like you're living proof right now. 90 days on this coming Saturday.
Yes.
So, and you're already feeling 1,000 times better.
100,000%. Like, yeah.
Like
it feels amazing, you know, like to not wake up and my mouth tastes all like I sucked on a vodka sock. You know, my eyes are not dark anymore and sunken in. You know, I joke about being fat, but it's a healthy fat.
Yeah.
You know, my skin, it looks good. It's glowing. You know, the melanin is popping.
Yeah.
It just, you know, not feeling that heaviness of your head from the alcohol.
Yeah.
You know, and just having a clear mind.
Yeah.
You know, not looking at my phone in the morning to see who I didn't text and cursed out or something, you know, just overall. Yeah, you know.
Who I gotta apologize to?
Right, because I used to have a long list like, oh my God, what did I say? Yeah, so it just
and you know what
good.
the problem is with those apologies is that an apology isn't an apology until you've actually changed the behavior to not do it again.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the thing. I apologize and then I do it right.
Do it tomorrow
Do it
night.
over again.
Do
Yeah.
it the next night.
So those apologies started getting dry after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just words.
And then you start to isolate yourself.
That's
you know?
exactly what I did.
And people don't want to be around, and then you get stuck in your own pain and misery alone.
Yeah, that's why I definitely have to make amends. Even though they you know, they still love me and they're still standing by my side, it's important that I apologize and make amends.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even want to apologize anymore because I've already done so much of that. I have to figure out something else.
Yeah.
Because my sisters and my fiance and the kids and, you know, my family have been so supportive of me through the ups, the downs, the highs and the lows. Apology just won't get it anymore. You know, it's beyond that now. So I have to figure something else out.
It's nice you recognize that today.
Yeah. Because they've seen me in the hospitals.
Yeah.
You know, they've come to the house to help me out, you know, and especially for my little sister because we went through it with my mom, you know, and it was traumatizing. So for her to have to see me go through it, you know, I know it's really hard on her. Yeah. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're lucky and you're godly because you found your heart was open to God when you came in this time. You know, so you've really made progress leaps and bounds to where you were last time.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, add God to everything.
Yeah. My heart was open to him, but I think it was more of he had been holding on to me. And I just was resisting, you know, and he just never let go.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I finally just stopped fighting, you know, and I did what you did. When that guy came in, a 6'5" guy, I just surrendered.
Yeah. We surrender to win.
And it felt good.
Yeah.
You know, it finally felt like arms of protection were around me.
Yeah.
I felt safe for the first time in my life. It was even safer than my mom hugging me.
Yeah. And there's nothing that you can't do. You get clean and sober. A lot of people don't realize that we go through hell to get here.
Yeah.
To where we are today, right? We go through a lot of pain and misery, and a lot of it self-inflicted, right? But regardless of how the pain comes, we have pain, and we walk through this pain. And when we walk through this pain, we have a better opportunity than your average everyday type gangster person, you know? Because we can really fight.
Yeah. And I like this feeling. This feels better than being drunk.
Right?
This feels better than being high. And I don't want to be that statistic that they talk about when you walk through this door of the relapse.
Yeah.
Because just from the time I've been here, you know, a few of us have dropped off.
Yeah.
So when I come back the next time, I don't want to retell this story.
Right.
I want to continue this story.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm proud of my 90 days, but I've already had 90 days.
Right.
What I haven't had are birthdays.
Yeah.
So I need some birthdays.
Need some birthdays.
I do.
Belt. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm happy about my 90, but I'm still here in a safe environment.
Yeah, you want more.
Yeah.
You want more.
I want more on my own, you know, where I'm being challenged and tested. Yeah. You know, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Good for you.
Yeah. So when I come back the next time, it won't be because you guys are guiding me and helping me. It's because my God is helping me, and I'm helping myself.
Yeah.
And I'm helping others.
Right. And helping others.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
Absolutely. I told Brooke I'm going to come back and work for you on the weekends.
All right.
Yeah. stay here. I love this place. I do.
I mean, I'll tell you what, I got clean and sober, and I knew God had left me here to work, to help other people. Mm-hmm. This was 22 years ago when he allowed me to survive a car accident that I shouldn't have survived.
But you should have. That's why you're here.
Yeah. It was his plan, right? I fought his plan over those 22 years, and I haven't had a perfect run at it. But the majority of it, I've kind of let his plan happen in my life. There's times though it gets tough sometimes, because sometimes things are going real, and it's always when things are going really well, not when things are going bad. Because I can tell you, when things are going bad, I'm on my knees praying. I'm like, God, I don't want to feel like this anymore. Help me, But when things are going really good, it's like, I'm like, God, I'm doing so great, And that's when I really have to keep myself in check, and that's the stuff that I do now. Is like, I pray. I put God in everything, and I take the ego out, because when you have God in, there's no ego. Edging God out. Yep. And I have a purpose, and my purpose is to help save lives. Yeah. Help people to live a better life than what they were living before, whether it's through, the treatment center, or this podcast, or social media, or whatever it is. Like, and I also believe that God has finally been like, Chad, you're in the right space. And here it is. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for that. I wanted to ask you, though, a little bit about, go back a little bit to your early days. Okay. Your childhood. Okay. How was that?
My childhood was great. I grew up in Compton, in Watts. My dad's from Watts. My mom is from New Iberia, Louisiana. She moved to, her and my family moved to Compton in the 70s. So I grew up in the streets of Compton, around Crips. Yeah. Yeah. So that was fun and exciting. Yep. Grew up in the 80s. And stuff.
When it was really crazy too.
Yeah. But it was fun because it was a neighborhood, people outside skating in the street, barbecues and things like that, I had an alcoholic mom. My dad was on drugs, so it has its, everything's not always, green on the other side. Right. So it had its ups and its downs. It was hard living in a home with an alcoholic mom. Yeah. She could be vicious with the tongue. So that was hard. I fought a lot. I was a fighter. You know, I was good with the hands. Yeah. I went to Catholic school, public school, back and forth. You know, then you know, dibble and dabble, gangbangs. You know.
Yeah.
Of course, it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Well, I chose it though. It was always fascinating to me. It was just something about it. I liked it. You know, creasing up the khakis, ironing the blue rag.
Yep.
Yeah, you know, I didn't have to. I just chose it. You know, and then when I was 15, we moved to right after the riots. We moved to Oakland, and that was different. You know, it was a whole nother scene. When I first moved there, it was a little scary because everybody said blood, and I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
Yeah.
You know, but then I had to learn that their blood is not like our blood, but it was more cultural. You know, so it was different from LA. You know, it wasn't gang banging. I didn't have to worry about the color scene, so that was really relaxing. You know, but that's when I started smoking weed. When I lived in LA, in Compton, I would sip alcohol, you know, with friends and stuff. But when I moved to Oakland, my mom, she kind of went into a depression. I don't know what took a turn for the worse for her in her life, but I felt like she just kind of gave up on us. So it gave me more freedom to kind of do what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I took advantage of that.
Right.
And that's when I started getting into drinking, smoking weed.
Yeah.
And but when I was that age, I didn't look at it like I'm an alcoholic. But we were turning up bottles.
Yeah.
And it was like, what was that drink? I can't even think of the name of it, but we were killing bottles. And I'm talking about smoking like ounces of weed a day.
Yeah.
And it was good weed.
The chronic.
Oh,
the
man,
old chronic.
from like Humboldt.
Yeah.
You know?
They
And,
probably had better weed in Northern California than they did in Southern California. Huh?
Absolutely, because the weed they had out there, they didn't have here.
Yeah, because that came from Humboldt area, and ours just came from, it was dirt weed from Mexico back then.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah, the weed they had out here was like
What's going on?
coming from
I'm breaking
Arizona.
up here.
What?
You guys breaking up?
No.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Check your plug. Not that one. Don't worry about him.
Yeah,
Just-
don't worry about me.
okay.
Just go.
Yeah,
just go.
Yeah, I don't really want to get all into like the personal part of my life. So, you know, I'll leave that out.
yeah.
But it wasn't like hunky dory.
Right.
You know, it was a lot of stuff going on in my life. You know, kind of dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as my alcoholism, that I think it started in Oakland.
It did.
Yeah, because that's where, like I said, I had more freedom
Yeah.
to do what I wanted to do, and I had been buying alcohol from my mom though, even since I was like 13.
Yeah.
And I would make her drinks, take a little sip, but she drank gin, and I was never into gin. It just wasn't something that I liked. But when I moved to Oakland, I started drinking brown, and I used to drink those wide mouth Mickeys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to kill those things.
I used to drink
Like,
those
yeah,
too.
I can just kill a 6-pack. Just boom, it gone.
I mean, I'm just a little bit older than you, so like a lot of the stuff we're kind of from the same era,
Yeah,
same time era.
Yeah.
I was like 19. I think I was 18, almost 19 when the riots went off.
okay.
And the Mickey's Big Mouth. It's bumping too short.
Oh yeah,
You know,
East Oakland.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Shane doesn't know anything about that though.
I watched the riots on TV.
He's from.
Oh no, I was
he's
in
from,
it.
He's
Yeah.
from
I was
Canada.
there.
Yeah.
He's from Canada. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember specifically watching the riots on TV, and when that guy got out of the truck, he
Oh,
got hit
yeah.
in the head.
Reginald Denny.
Yeah, and I was like, "Whoa!" I remember. I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
yeah.
that guy's not getting out."
Do you know I currently live right down the street from there right now?
Really?
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was crazy.
That was the A-Trace.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was right in it. My mom, she worked at the Long Beach DMV. They burned that place down during the riots, the Long Beach DMV. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Ray Now. I think that was the name of the alcohol I started
Right
drinking.
now,
No, Ray Now.
Ray.
The alcohol.
Right now.
Ray Now. It's like Ray Now, like RAYNEL or something like that. But we used to drink it. It's like in a kind of like a green bottle, and we would drink it with the lemon squirt.
Oh,
my God, it was so good. Yeah, but I should have known that my alcohol was bad then, because when I graduated from high school, I was so drunk that I literally, my ex-boyfriend showed up. We was going through some bullshit, and he showed up, and I wowed out. I was so drunk I couldn't even walk stage, and then I woke up the next day with like a broken ankle. The police had to bring me home. My mom was sitting there waiting for me. They called my name, and I did not show up.
Wow.
Yeah, I should have known I had a problem then. Yeah. Being escorted home on your graduation with a broken ankle by the police. I should have known there was a problem then. But I just kept drinking, and it started from there. Yeah. The first time I tried Coke, I was 19. Fell in love.
Because you could drink more or what?
No, that's the first time I tried Coke, when I was 19.
Yeah, but it wasn't because you could drink more on the Coke?
No, I just love to get high. I just love the high.
Shane liked cocaine too.
Yeah. But see, that's when Coke was good.
That's right. When
exactly. It wasn't all stepped on. And, it was like pure.
Yes.
And I used to get it from this guy up in San Francisco. So I was traveling because I had moved to Richmond. So I was traveling from Richmond to San Francisco, which is like an hour BART ride, and then like walking up hills, and he would give me like a ball for $40. Yeah. High for days. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it was. Not anymore, though. Not anymore.
Those days are over. But here's the thing. Even if we were still out there, you and I, those days are over.
Yeah, because
people are dying now.
Yeah, even before I stopped doing Coke, it had started tasting like cat piss.
Well, they're polluting it.
Yeah.
The fentanyl.
Well, I don't know what it was, but it tastes like cat piss. And that's what made me start. I was like, okay, I don't know whose cat litter box you got this from, but I passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, one time I got so high, my heart was just racing. And I was like, I don't need my heart to pop on me. I'll pass. Yeah, but I hadn't even known about fentanyl. I just started learning about fentanyl when I actually got here this time.
I know fentanyl's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just people are dropping like flies.
I see that.
It's not a good time.
Yeah.
That's really the reason why we started the podcast. Is I lost my son-in-law.
Oh, sorry to hear
on
that.
9/11 to fentanyl.
It's crazy though. In my neighborhood is not really popular. It might be now, but I don't know if it's just like more, not saying it like that, but like in the white areas, but it hadn't really hit,
the white suburban areas.
Yeah, it hadn't really hit the black areas yet. But
thank God. I mean, but it's gonna.
Yeah, it will.
And that's what it's all what's worrisome to me is it's hitting everywhere.
Yeah,
and
it is.
Most of the people that are dying from it aren't us addicts and alcoholics. It's kids trying it for the first time. It's like kids in high school that are experimenting with drugs and thinking they're taking a Percocet or a ecstasy or something like that.
Yeah, they had a scare at my daughter's school. She goes to Van Nuys Elementary. It was on the news actually. The kids did some edibles for one of the kids' birthday, and 6 of them ended up in the hospital.
Jeez.
Yeah, off of edibles.
That's crazy.
They're even putting it in the weed at the weed shops now.
Oh, at the weed shop?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. One of my friends posted on Facebook that her friend went to a weed shop over on Vermont, and she...
That's underground stores, I think. Underground weed
it could
stores.
be.
Yeah, it's underground.
Yeah, but it's still sad.
That's crazy. We had a veteran
like
call
what's
the
the
other
point?
day, 65 smoking weed, overdosed on fentanyl.
Yeah, what's the point? I don't understand.
I don't get it either.
I don't understand, being somebody who, not that I was a good drug dealer, but somebody who, tried to sell drugs when I was younger. I don't understand selling a drug that's going to kill my customer.
Exactly. Where are they even getting it from?
I want my customer to come back. I mean, it's great if I have the good shit, right? But that's great. But this shit's too good.
Yeah.
You do one pill and you're dead?
Yeah.
Not okay.
Isn't that the shit that's close to what Michael Jackson died from?
No, he died from a doctor. It was it's
sleeping medications.
Yeah, like the anesthesia, propofol or something.
Propofol.
Yeah.
Now they do use fentanyl in the hospitals after surgery.
Okay.
It's a very powerful painkiller, but the problem is this fentanyl is illicit. It's being made. The chemicals come from China. They manufacture it in Mexico, and then it comes across our border.
Crazy.
Yeah, a sugar packet filled with fentanyl will kill 500 people.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how powerful it is.
Yeah, I'm glad to be sober these days.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy out there.
It is.
See, I mean, we can all be grateful for that and thankful for that. And just, remember to be a service and, get out there and let other people know that we can live this amazing life, and not have to use drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I enjoy being sober. I feel better these days than I ever did on alcohol and off of coke. I enjoyed it while it lasted, and I can't even really say that because I don't remember half of the shit that I did, or I probably got in trouble when I was on it. So what was I enjoying? Like, I've been in a situation where I didn't park my car somewhere. I don't know where the fuck my car was. I had to look for my car for 2 days one time because I called myself gonna hide it from somebody not finding it. I don't remember where I parked. I parked it like 3 blocks over that on the street I never went on, and I couldn't find my car for 2 fucking days. I was mad as shit. Yeah, that's the dumb shit you do when you're drunk.
Yeah,
for real.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
just to turn the emotional and the mental connection she has with God to change her life. It's just incredible, and only God can do that. No one else.
Yeah, it's like what the pastor was saying yesterday. You have those grandmothers and those mothers who pray for you.
Yes,
and they was praying for me before they died.
Yeah,
and they probably still up there praying for me now.
Guaranteed.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
Absolutely. So it worked.
Yeah, my grandma prayed for me. She was just the most loving lady too, and I know that she prayed for me every day. When I was out there, or even when I was clean, she was constantly praying for me. And I believe the same thing. I think now she's just watching over me.
Yeah,
helping guide me. You got to be open to it though. You got. I like your prayer about opening your heart to hear what God has in store for us,
right?
Because it's always better than what we have in store for us. And and when your heart's open to that, it's just the gifts are so amazing. And it's not about like, oh, I got the house already. No, it's about the journey to get the house, or the journey to get the whatever it is, the journey to pay my bill,
right?
The journey to set up this podcast, the journey to sit here and do a podcast.
Yeah.
Because I don't do this kind of stuff.
Right.
This is God working in my life.
Right.
Because I'm not a public speaker. I hate it. This I love though, man.
Yeah.
I sit down.
In your comfort zone.
Yeah, I'm in my comfort zone.
Right.
I wasn't day one, though.
No, you
I had
weren't.
a full-blown panic attack 2 hours before we were about to sit down and do our first podcast.
Yep.
I was sweating, pouring sweat.
Oh, wow.
Got all scared.
Almost had to change the logo.
Yeah.
Your side going to be dripping.
No, he was just going to add a beard to the other side, so it's going to just be him. That's what he really wants. That's
just
what I
all
think.
you.
That's what I think he really wants. He's trying to get rid of me.
There's no
I had
fun
to
on a
take
motorcycle
camera
alone.
I had to take a camera with me so that when I left on vacation, so he wouldn't be up in your podcast.
Yeah, so they know that
we took all the batteries too, right? Did all the batteries come back? Okay, good.
It'd be lonely with
you. Wanted to be a one-man show?
Yeah, he wants to be a one-man show.
Right.
Never.
When he said he was sitting here alone in the dark while I was gone on vacation, he was sitting in this seat right here.
Yeah. You know what he was when I walked past? He was.
I was wearing his
Matter of fact, you were in your office that day, remember? And I was looking for Brooke, and I went down this way, and he was in here. He was sitting over there. You trying to be the man, huh? You trying to be the man.
My cheeks are sore.
Wishful thinking.
That's all I got.
That's all good.
That's all we need.
Good. Yeah, my whole thing is like, I want to be successful, but I'm not praying like, oh God, let me win the lottery. Oh God, my thing is just let me meet the right people who can help me and show me.
Yeah.
Because I'm willing to do the work, you know. I just need some guidance, some help.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
I always feel like I already won the lottery the day that the obsession to use was lifted from me. Because when that was lifted, I was like, man, I can do anything. You know?
Yeah.
I will tell you, this obsession to use can come back, though, in an instant.
Anytime. That's why I stay in prayer about it. To take the taste away.
Yeah.
Take the temptation away. Surround my life with the right people.
I'm about to sneeze. I don't think I've ever sneezed on a podcast.
Some Kleenex?
Huh? Hey, will you grab me some Kleenex real quick? I think a booger's about to fall.
Keep it over there.
Look the other way.
You know, we don't edit these podcasts either.
Keep it over there.
People are going to know I had there's like a couple in my office, dude.
That's fine.
I really feel a booger.
Yeah,
Right? Can you see it?
No, I can't see anything.
Okay.
Just don't look up. Keep your head down.
That's what I'm doing.
Keep your head down.
Keep it like right below the mic, too. Nobody knows.
Right now.
Keep
Probably
your head
right
down.
on you. Probably right on you. The camera's probably right on you as you
Well,
laugh.
is the camera on me or on somebody else? Put it on. I believe that my philosophy with this is whatever happens on the podcast is what is supposed to happen on the podcast. So we don't edit them.
I'm not mad at you.
So if I have a booger hanging, I have a booger hanging. Right?
It's gonna be in the comments. Did you see the booger in that guy's nose? They're gonna be like, why does she keep moving her head? Because I have grease in my hair. I'm black. The grease is sliding the headphones, people. And no, it's not a Jerry curl. It's all natural. It's all natural. It's all mine.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
You never know what you're going to get, because when I was walking the halls and when I'd seen you before, you're reserved.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're reserved. Now that we get to know you in this intimate setting, you have an extremely outgoing character.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're fun-loving. You're a go-getter.
Yeah.
And just full of love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. My whole thing is like, I'm here to do what I have to do, but you know, I love on people every day, all day. Everybody here knows me.
Yeah.
You know, because I hug people. I say hello to people, staff.
Yeah.
You know, everybody.
That's awesome.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys anybody
You'd even
around.
say hello to me when I'd come walking downstairs.
Yeah.
Some people don't say hello to me.
I'm not intimidating.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of you.
Good.
If anything, I'm about to be like, Chad, what's up? You gonna mentor me?
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah, you have to ask for what you want.
There
You
go.
do, because like I'm actually I'm shy by nature.
Me too.
So I'm not typically like the one to be like to start conversations with people unless I'm feeling really good that day, and then I'm like, hey, how's it going? What you doing?
Not
like,
me. I ask for what I want, but I had to like grow into that, because I used to be like, oh no, I'm not gonna. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm 45. I have nothing to lose. The worst that they can tell me is no, and I'm not afraid to hear no. But if you tell me no, I'm gonna ask you again tomorrow, because maybe tomorrow you might give me a yes. And if you don't give me a yes tomorrow, I ask you again, you know, on Thursday.
Good for you.
You know, one of these days you just might be in the mood or get tired of me asking you, and you're gonna
100%.
give in.
100%.
Yeah, closed mouths don't get fed.
yeah, they taught in the Amway program. Amway. You guys know what Amway is?
Amway tracks.
No, not the.
Oh yeah, Amway. Yes,
That's the
I know
train.
Amway. Yes,
And that's Amtrak.
Yeah.
I know Amway. I know Amway. Yes, cultish, but I know them.
Cultish. You know, some of those people, those cultish people.
I know some of those cultish people.
Listen to my podcast.
Yeah, this is not Amway.
Well, if anybody out there is listening, you know, I need some mentors. Tap in.
Do you like to read books?
I do.
My
mom used to tell us when we was kids, we were like, we're bored. She'd like read a book. My mom was a big advocate of reading. That's all she did.
My favorite book is From Good to Great. It's a really good book on leadership. It was life-changing for me.
Okay.
I read a lot of books on leadership and just positive mental attitude books, because I think that's the key to a successful life is all your mindset. You know, nobody has that. We don't have to have a college degree.
Right.
I actually believe that college teaches you how to be an employee,
right?
Not an employer.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the richest people in the world don't even have college degrees. I wonder what Elon Musk has.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of money.
You know how he made all of his money in the first place before Tesla?
No.
PayPal.
Yeah.
He created,
oh, really?
He created PayPal. And then he sold it.
Yeah.
So are they really getting rid of like PayPal, Cash App and stuff?
Oh, from what I'm hearing, yeah, and that's very scary.
It is.
That means that the government, they're creating a government only app.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've had enough of the government. They've been controlling my life for too long. I'm over it now. I'm over it.
I was gonna ask you about were you in the military?
Yes.
Which branch?
The United States Navy.
Oh,
Never
Navy.
again volunteer yourself.
So you had a pretty good time.
You know what? I did. I enjoyed the people that I met. The short time that I was there, the places that I went. But the military itself, I'm not even gonna say the Navy. It was just the people that I think I was under at the time, and the year maybe that I was in. Because like I was saying, I'm a gay black woman in a white man's, organization, and that's what it is. It's the boys' club.
Yeah.
And I'm very vocal, and at the time I was 22, kind of a hothead, So I kind of challenged authority, but I didn't do it in a bad way. They would come to me about little things, definitely my sexuality, and because they really couldn't get me on it, they did it in other ways. Like I would be sleeping in the middle of the night, and they would have the MPs come in my room and do a room search, stating that I have a woman in my room. And I look over and I'm like, yeah, I have a roommate. I'm always going to have a woman in my room. But they were trying to say, like, I had overnight guests. Even though one time I did and I had her jump out the window. But it wasn't always the case.
Right.
We had room inspections on Wednesdays. And so I had things up in my room that had like the rainbow stuff. And I had this one postcard where it was 2 Navy men. One of the guys was sitting on the other guy's lap and it said, "Don't ask, don't tell." So after the room inspection, I came in and they had taken everything down. Yeah. Go figure. And then, so you see like how my hair is now?
Yeah.
This happens after I cut it short and I'm growing it back, so it's like that in between stage. So I had it cornrowed, and he told me that I had to have like, I think it was 24 cornrows or something like that. Some weird number on my, in my hair. I'm like, do you know how big your head would have to be to have that many cornrows? So when I went back to read it, it was inches that the parts had to be. Right?
Oh, 24 inches?
Yeah, something like that. It was like 18, 24. I don't remember. So he went, now mind you, I was an aircraft mechanic. So we're in this huge hangar, and in the hangar, you have anyone that works on aircrafts in there, like the AOs, which is the ordnance people, the AMs who do the the body work, sort of, But everybody's in there, so you got hundreds of people in there. And he goes get a ruler, and he comes back in front of everyone. He stops them from working to measure my hair, the parts between my hair. I'm like, okay. Now that ain't nothing but some white black shit. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a white chief.
Yeah.
Country ass person. Then he catches me the next day. I took it out and I had it like this. He tells me something about my hair is too high because I had it picked out. It wasn't curly. So then I read it again, and it had to be, your hair has to be a certain length from your scalp. Here he comes again with the fucking ruler. So he pissing me off now. Yeah. So it was just like constantly something with him, And I would go to the EEO officer, which is the Equal Opportunity Officer. Now, I'm thinking he gonna help me because he a black guy.
Right.
Nah, he was an Uncle Tom.
Right.
Bet. So nothing really happened. Nothing in my file when I go back to ask for my file. Nothing in there. So I just basically started kind of rebelling, doing what the fuck I wanted to do. I was having mental issues. I was on suicide watch a few times. It was just a lot of stuff happened. I went to Captain's Mass because I had broken my ankle and my foot, and I was on medical leave. When it was time for me to come back, I didn't come back on time. And so they put me at Captain's Mass, which is kind of like a little prison where you're supposed to relearn your military bearing. You know, so that was in my record. When I came back, I popped for weed, but they couldn't prove it because the second test, it wasn't, positive. So they had 2 different tests. So then the last time, what happened was I went what they call TAD, temporary active duty. And it's like I'm an aircraft mechanic, but they take you out of your shop to work temporarily in another department. So I was like having to clean up around the barracks and stuff like that. And so I was working for this Hispanic guy, and he's super racist. And he's a womanizer. Like, he had been masked for beating his wife, all kind of crap. And so I had just learned that I had borderline hypertension. So the doctor put me on these medicines. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, you can't be in the sun for this amount of time. He gave me what they call a LLD chit, a light limited duty chit. So now I have the chit, gave it to him. So we're standing outside where our station is in Lemoore, near Fresno. It's hot as shit. It's like 8 a.m. We're standing in line to get something to eat. And he comes out because he's a little kiss ass. So some officers in front of us, he's like, I need you and you, the 2 only girls, to go clean up the cigarette butts out of the smoke pit. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That's not my area of responsibility, my AR. He's like, what? I'm like, I'm not doing it. And I have a chick says I'm not supposed to be in the sunlight. I was just getting something to eat. I had already been getting into it with him because he would always like try to have me and the girl do like the heavy duty work, lifting furniture, cleaning out storages with all this heavy shit. But he had the guys just doing the simple stuff. And I asked him one day, I'm like, why you always got us doing this old heavy shit that the guys should be doing? He made a comment to me. He's like, well, you think you're a man, so you should be able to do the work of a man. I'm like, okay, bet. And so I made it coming back to him. I was like, yeah, and I fucked your wife like a man too. Yeah, because like at this point they like starting to get on my nerves because I'm reporting all of this shit, but nobody doing nothing. Right. So his bitch ass wrote me up. So now I got to go back to Captain's Mass, and I had just gotten my orders to work on helicopters in North Island. So I was supposed to be out of there in like 2 months, but because he wrote me up, sent me back to Captain's Mass. So when I go to Captain's Mass, it was this other guy, a white boy. He had been AWOL for like 6 months. He stole from the Navy Exchange, popped for methamphetamines, all kind of stuff. They tell him that they're going to try to help rehabilitate him and do all this other stuff to help him because they feel like he's a good sailor and all this and all of that, and give him another chance. When I go up there, they tell me I have a problem with authority and all this and all of that. So the other girl that was there even tells them how the guy talks to us and treats us, like speaking on my behalf. But the XO, he's like, we're going to send you to admin board, which means that now I got to go through another process where more people look at my file based on what someone else has written against me and determine what my career is going to be now in the Navy. They took away my orders for me to go to North Island because I have to wait for this admin board, knocked me down in rank. I was about to be E4. They took me from E3 to E2 and took my money. So now I got to stick around the barracks and clean up like I'm a goddamn Navy servant. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And wait for this admin board and do 30 days in restriction. So when I go to restriction, I write an appeal. If they don't respond to your appeal, they got to let you out. They didn't respond to my appeal, so they let me out. So then when they come back to try to put me back in restriction, I'm hot at this time. I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with this bullshit. So when the Navy lawyer comes, the JAG guy, I'm like, I'm cool. I didn't have my limit. I'm tired. I don't want to do this no more. I'm good. And I told him, I was like, just send me home. I'm done with the Navy. He's like, well, if we send you home, you're going to get an other honorable discharge, and you will not even be able to work at McDonald's. I said, I'm not a McDonald's employee-ass bitch. Send me the fuck home. I'm done. And that's how I got out. Because I wasn't about to deal with that bullshit no more.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. Sorry. So, that's my Navy story. But I had fun. I went to Key West a lot of times. I was stationed in Key West.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, it was. Met some beautiful women and did a lot of drugs.
Let me ask you a question, because before at your graduation, you had a boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
When did that change?
I always know I like girls since I was in second grade. I was always a tomboy, but coming up I like girls and boys.
Yeah.
You know, so I did my boy thing for a while. Yeah, and every guy I dated was fine. And he was fine. That? He was Filipino and black. Matter of fact, I have a picture, I think, in my phone somewhere. But yeah.
Filipino and black's a really good a really good mix.
He was pretty hot. I was too, though. I wasn't an ugly girl.
Shane's got to put on his glasses over there.
Let me see if I can find me.
You didn't think I was going to catch that, did you?
Oh no, I don't mind talking about it. I'm grown. It's not a secret to anybody. But yeah, I had plenty of boyfriends. But I always knew I liked girls, like I said. And so after the last boyfriend, I was like, you know what? No more boys.
Who's more drama, boys or girls?
Oh, definitely women. Definitely women. Definitely.
Yeah.
But they're a lot sexier. I love the thrill of a woman.
You can come in.
They're so soft. You know, I have to use the restroom and I've been holding it.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Are we going to pause for the cause, guys?
Yeah, pause for the cause.
Yeah, I'll sign it for you.
That's a great picture.
Thanks.
Yeah. Wow.
And then if you want to see the girly me.
Yes.
That's one.
Well, that's a nice shot.
With Ralph Tresvant.
Yes.
That's when I first moved to Oakland.
That's a great shot.
And then that's me in the middle.
Oh, that's a good shot too. Wow.
That's me in the middle.
Great looking family.
That's my little sister.
That's you in the middle.
Yeah.
Little sister behind you?
Yeah. We were young.
Yeah.
That's
bigger sister?
No, that's my best friend.
Oh, that's your best friend.
And then that's me.
Who's the guy with the mustache?
That's Ralph Chesvant from Edition.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we was at MC Hammer House. He was doing Pumps in the Bump video shoot. Pumps in the Bump. Pumps in the Bump.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I first moved to Oakland.
Wendy, can you check in on Mitchell right now and see what we have accomplished in terms of getting his consultation to Serene Behavioral Health?
You're a jack of all trades, huh, Shane?
Yeah.
You know that's what I do at my job. I'm an insurance biller and verifier. I work for UCLA.
That's what you're doing right now?
Yeah, that's what I do.
Really?
I've been with them for 7 years.
Oh, damn, good for you. Never knew that.
I started up when I got out the Navy. I started off at Blue Cross. I was there when they merged with Anthem. So
yeah, it's a real learning curve with the insurance. Yeah.
I know all the insurances. Yeah. I've been doing this shit for years. I've been doing it for over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
You are.
Yeah. And then I worked in trauma hospitals. I do admitting,
so this
registration.
Is a good fit for you, this line of work.
I know how to do it. I know insurance is back of my hand. Ask me anything. If you ever have trouble, I know. That's why when I come here, I'm like, I know my insurance. I know what to do and how to do it.
Oh, you came here on your insurance?
Yeah, I came here Well, I came in originally on my insurance because the last time I was here, they didn't take VA, but now I'm under my VA. But I know all insurances. I know TRICARES, all that.
Really?
I know all that. That's what I do all day. And I work.
When you leave here, where do you live?
In LA.
In LA. All right.
And then my second job, I work at Encino Medical Center.
Yeah.
And I'm the ER registration person. So, like, when you come in, I register you.
Yes.
I take your insurance, verify it, and if you need to be admitted, I do the I do the admitting.
Well,
I work
we're
with.
always looking for people. Good people. You know what I mean? So let's talk for sure.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah.
I can definitely help you out with that. I got years and years and years of experience and background.
Yeah, because we need people on the streets in LA.
Yeah.
You know, homeless, help veterans and that.
Let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I stay in South Central.
Yeah.
And then when I'm at my girl house, it's in the Valley in Van Nuys. So let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I told you I'm trying to stay involved.
Yeah. You're looking for a mentor.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Stay connected, stay busy.
Have to.
I am. It's all a part of God's plan. I speak it into existence.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Daily affirmations.
Yeah, you got to stay open all the time.
I am.
You know, that's why I started taking to the next level. I start doing ice plunge, cold plunge.
What is that?
When you dunk your whole body, well, not your whole body, part of your body.
He's such a wuss. He won't dunk his head.
into a cold bath.
Oh,
like
I've seen that.
Freezing bath, yeah.
Yeah,
so
didn't Kevin Hart start a podcast doing that?
Yes. He does a podcast doing that. He gets like other famous people and they do a cold plunge together in an ice bath. Yeah, and then they talk to each other while they're in the
so it's not
ice
a long
bath.
conversation then.
No, they were like, aren't they like an hour sometimes?
In the bath?
I don't know if they're in the bath for an hour.
Oh, I don't know, but yeah, they do the whole
Kevin
ice thing.
Hart, ice bath podcast. I'm going to check it out today.
Are you a veteran?
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you a veteran, Chad?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you do the podcast mostly with the veterans here?
We go either way. We just want stories of hope.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're the Hopeaholics.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is with the military, I wanted to do 20 years.
Yeah.
So it was very hurtful for me to have to get out the way that I did. And I held that shame for a long time because I felt like I let myself down and my mom down. I actually, when I passed and reviewed from boot camp, it was on Mother's Day. And that was one of the most beautiful ceremonies that you could ever see. And I felt like I had to make it up for my high school graduation. So when that happened to me, it took me a long time to realize what happened wasn't my fault, because a lot of things that I experienced in the military was sexual trauma as well. You know, a lot of harassment from the guys there. You know, I had guys exposing themselves to me. I had guys trying to rape me. I had guys physically touching me. You know, and like I said, all of these things were reported. And that's why I want to write this book so I can tell my story, because I didn't know that these things were happening to other people.
Oh yeah.
And I carried that shame until I went to the Dream Center and I met these other women veterans whose stories were similar or worse. And they also carried that shame and were afraid to tell their story. And when I finally started talking to other people about it, I didn't feel as bad anymore. I didn't feel like it was my fault, because I felt like it was my fault because I felt like maybe if I had not spoken back to them and just kind of took it, then I would have still had my career, you know. But because I advocated for myself, and you know, it just didn't work out for me.
You know what? It's not only you. Like you said, it's a lot of people, and it's up and coming. Even the grief groups, the veteran groups, are just now bringing out books to deal with female trauma in the military. Yeah. This is all a new thing that they're actually looking at right now.
Yeah, I actually think that's why they didn't give me much pushback as far as getting me service connected, because at that time when I started doing mine, a lot of women were coming forward. It was kind of like a whole Me Too thing against the military. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's why it's important for me to do this book. So I know that there will be a lot of women who have something to say. I just want to do it. First of all, don't nobody steal my idea, please. But I want to do it before someone else gets to it.
I'm going to introduce you to Carme and Roger on the East Coast.
Okay.
They are combat veterans, and they're from something called the Birdwell Foundation.
Okay.
And they just wrote a book dealing with female trauma in the military.
All right.
I'll start a 3-year group chat with you and her. And
I would love that.
Right now, and they will guide you through this kind of stuff.
I would love that. Thank you. I appreciate it. God's plan.
Yeah.
God's plan.
God had a different plan for you than having a 20-year career in the military. Maybe your book will change the way people are treated in the military.
Yeah, I hope so.
You know?
Yeah, especially gay women. You know, I know it's not easy for them, especially the ones who identify as masculine, like myself.
Right.
You know, it's harder. It's easier for women who are more feminine.
Yeah.
You know, but for those that identify as masculine, like myself, it's much harder. You know, and especially if you don't hide it. You know, I know it was hard for me. It was definitely hard. It made me feel ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
You know.
And people shouldn't have to feel ashamed of themselves.
Right.
You know?
But I definitely carried that guilt and that shame for years, you know, because I really wanted to do 20. And this year would have been 23 years for me. So it makes me feel, you know, every time that year goes by, I'm like, wow, I could have, you know, really had a career, been retired and started a whole new career. But like you said, you know, God had other plans for me. Yeah. You know, I had to travel down on another path, another road, experience some other things to get to where he wants me to be. Yeah. You know, exactly. And I appreciate the journey. Yeah. I appreciate all the hard work I had to go through, the pain, you know, because I've already experienced the test. So next thing is my testimony, and I'm grateful. I thank God.
Whoa, that was cool.
You liked what she said.
I really liked that a lot because it's been said half a dozen or a dozen times in the last couple months on the podcast, but she said it different.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah. So like I don't know, I feel differently about certain things. I'm grateful for all the trauma, all the pain, all the hurt, you know, because then I wouldn't be able to appreciate, you know, the sobriety. I wouldn't be able to appreciate being here talking on this podcast. I wouldn't be able to appreciate when I help somebody else. I won't be able to appreciate, you know, the blessings. And I'm not talking about financial wealth. I mean, that'll come if it's supposed to happen. But, you know, I'm more rich in love than anything else, because no matter what I've been through, what I've experienced, my sister has never gave up on me. My mom never gave up on me. So I've always been rich because I've had people that love me tremendously throughout my life.
You're lucky.
Yeah, so I'm already rich. I have a fiance, even though she a little crazy sometimes, she loves me. Her children adore me. My nephew calls me best friend. Her children calls me love. From the day they met me, that's what they call me, love.
Nice.
You know, and so I'm already rich. Yeah, I'm rich in love. I'm blessed. Yeah, absolutely.
You said something that really touched me, and I can't remember what it was, but because it just that your emotion that came through right there was so powerful. It took over all my thoughts.
I'm sorry.
No, that was good. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
This podcast. This is a good one. People are gonna watch this to the very end, man.
Yeah.
And that's I remember what it was. Like, had to do with, you said your sister like doesn't know you as somebody that cries, but I could you could see it. You could see it. That was a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love my sister.
Yeah. We'll just let you cry. That's what we do. Unless you want a tissue.
Nah, I'm fine. It's okay. My tears are they're good tears these days.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
God, did I miss this?
What, the podcasting?
Just her, I guess. Yeah. I missed her.
This has been one of the more beautiful, authentic podcasts we've had.
Yeah.
Maybe because we took some time off and we weren't just in the grind of the podcast.
Maybe
we just found the perfect guest for today.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
I
appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
this is fucking great.
I'm just like, I don't know like how tremendously happy I am to be sober. Like I never thought like I would feel like this. Like this, man.
I do remember when you were coming in Dakota and everybody was trying to get you here.
Yeah.
And,
tell Dakota I'm sorry I stopped the coach. I stopped that coach.
I think she watches most of the podcast.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
she'll hear it.
Yeah, my girl, she had her bag stolen, and she was like, they have the coach bag at the outlet. I just saw it. So I was like, okay, let's stop and get it. And I ended up spending $800. But I think I was kind of nervous. I was embarrassed to come back. I was like, I felt like I failed everyone here, but it felt like I was coming back home. And that's what I love about here. Like,
that's awesome.
It felt like I was coming back home. Like nothing changed. A lot of the staff changed, but this staff is dope. They are amazing. Like I love
staff here.
You do.
Yeah.
You pick them well. The last staff was good, but
I picked Bailey. That's the only one I picked.
Oh, really?
She's picked the rest.
Oh, she did good.
Yeah, she's done a great job.
Well, Bailey was here the last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's still awesome.
She was probably just a therapist when now she's the clinical director.
Yeah, I definitely I thank God for the team that he gave me. I think they definitely fit my personality because I'm a kind of person like I kind of run over you if you're soft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I need somebody that's tough, and the people, it's a perfect balance. I have the case manager that's tough, and then I have the counselor who's not too tough but firm enough, and he knows how to pull things out of me without like being like forceful with it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like he's just smooth enough. Like, he makes me want to talk to him. Yes. Or maybe it's just me now where
I think it's you.
Yeah, maybe I've changed. It's like I'm tired of carrying that bag.
Yeah.
My
it
back
gets
hurts.
heavy, man.
It does.
It gets heavy. People don't realize that bag that we carry around, and you got so many rocks in that bag,
right.
And you just like be throwing them out just one at a time, and it starts to get lighter and lighter. Your bag seems really light right now.
It does, and you know what it reminds me of? Okay, so when I lived in Oakland, right, there's this lady that I used to see every day, walking down the street, and this is a true story. She used to have all of these grocery bags. Mm-hmm. And I don't know to this day what she had in those grocery bags, but she had a lot of them. And it reminded me of the song Erykah Badu, Bag Lady. I don't know if you ever heard that song, but this lady had so many bags, and she would take like 2, and she would walk, and she would sit them down.
And then go back.
I
saw a lady like that.
And she did that every day.
And she went back and forth on the street. And
then I just was thinking to myself, either, lady, you need to get rid of some of those bags, or you need to figure out a way to consolidate them so you don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's how now I see how my life was.
Right.
I was taking little steps just to carry all of those bags.
Yeah.
Wow. Now
you empty out those bags.
I let the bags go.
You can leap, you can run.
They're there. I'm not taking those bags with me anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why that lady just came into my head right now, thinking about how she literally carried those bags 2 at a time, step by step, every day. And it would take her so long just to get up the block. But she did that every day. And that's what I was doing every day. Wasting time. Wasting energy.
Wasting time, wasting energy.
Mm-hmm. Getting nowhere.
Time is all we got.
Doing the same thing over. And if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, that's insanity.
Yeah, it's insanity.
Yeah. Right. So, no more, man. No more.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
That's insanity.
You know how you get a different result? You do something different.
Mm-hmm.
If you want what we have, that's what they say in the program. If you want what we have, you'll do what we do.
Mm-hmm.
I also take that to real life too, because I look at some people and I'm like, man, that guy's successful. But I really have to look at people these days. Like, it can't just be like material wealth.
Right.
Like, that guy's got to be successful. Like, meaning he carries himself well. He's charismatic. He's confident but not arrogant. Has good relationships with people. Is honest, nice, smart, funny. And then I'm like, now that right there, that's a quality that I admire. And
I thought you were about to say, no, that's me.
No, it's a quality that I aspire to do.
Right.
Yeah. And when I see that in somebody, I'm like, what does he do?
Exactly.
And then or she. It doesn't always have to be a guy.
Right. And that's the type of mentor I'm looking for. I don't need someone who's only rich. Like, you have to be, someone who has a good heart.
Multidimensional.
Well,
right.
yeah, because you can have, I think that it's okay to have money, right, and wealth.
But if you lose it, then what do you have?
Exactly.
Who
what
are
do
you?
you have?
Who are you without the money?
So I see we talk about that on some of these motivational speakers, because a lot of motivational speakers, or they call them these coaches nowadays, right? You'll see them on Instagram. They're influencers.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they influencing?
For you to try a hot ass chip.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, if I'm gonna influence something, I'm gonna influence change. I want to influence change in in the VA system. I want to influence change in fentanyl being flooded into our country, because we could send down one branch of the military. We could probably just send down the National Guard, and they could annihilate the cartels that are bringing these drugs across. Annihilate them.
Right.
You send the Marines down, they're dead in fucking a week.
Right.
Gone. No more cartels.
Yeah. And see, that's the changes that I'm trying to make. Like, I want to, it's people in my neighborhood where I come from, they can't even use the ATM machine. So I want to promote and teach financial literacy.
Yeah.
Just perfect example. I know people who don't know the difference when they write a sentence. When they're trying to say or, like O-R, they'll write A-R-E. Do you know how much that drives me crazy? Proper grammar. Things like that.
You know which one? I'm going to tell you a word that I suck at really bad.
What's that?
2 words. Then and than.
Oh.
I'm really bad at that one.
Okay.
If my phone doesn't pick, if it doesn't come up on my phone when I'm texting, then or than, I just guess.
Rather than or, yeah. Okay. I can help you with that.
Rather than.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
Do you know how to use there, and there correctly?
Yes.
I've never thought about that either.
Yeah. THEY''RE.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking about?
They are.
They are.
Their, THEIR is possessive.
Yeah.
THERE is a place.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
I'm going there.
That's a place.
I'm going to go there later.
That's a place. THERE.
But
there is possessive,
there,
like saying ownership.
THEYRE.
That's they are.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Don't act like you know.
I don't.
You're from Canada, dude. They don't even teach English in Canada.
Like,
He got stuck for a moment.
English is my 4th language.
What are the other 3?
English is my 4th language. Let's just keep it there.
Hey.
Yeah, but it's just things like that, what I'm saying, that I want to see an uprising in my community.
Uprising in your community. I fucking see she's saying stuff that I love.
Uprising.
She's using terminologies and putting different words together that are making it very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's sad because people get stuck in areas like that because not because of that they don't have the potential to get out of those areas, but it's because they haven't been taught the mindset to get out of those areas.
Right.
They've been taught a negative mindset that this is where I've been and this is how it's always going to be for me, and that's not true.
Yeah. Even before I went into the Navy, I used to when I was 19, there was this coffee shop in San Francisco called Pasqua Coffee. It was a mom and pop shop. And I started there, and this guy named Soel, he took me in as his assistant manager, and he trained me. And they eventually got bought out by Starbucks. So we transitioned them from Pasqua Coffee to Starbucks. So I've been like in a management position since I was 19.
Yeah.
And I liked being in that position of leadership because it taught me a lot at that early age. And so I always wanted to do, at first I wanted to do something like a coffee shop, because what I wanted to do was hire high school students, because there's a lot of people in my community who don't have money to pay for their own proms, or who just want things that other kids have that they can afford, like maybe a pair of Nikes, or maybe a nice pair of jeans. So it gives them work experience as well as money in their pocket. And then as far as the management staff, it could be like college students, because it gives them management experience and as well as put, a little extra money in their pocket as well. So I always focus on the youth, because I feel like they're going to definitely be the future one day. Yeah. And it's good to catch them while they're young, because that way it keeps them off the streets. And then it's like they say, each one teach one.
Yeah.
So what I instill into them, they can instill into their little cousins, their little brothers, their little friends in their neighborhood. So anything that I learn, I want to teach them. That's all I want to do. I just want us to have a better future, better world.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love kids. I love talking. I love teaching. I love unity. I love Black people.
Yeah.
And so, and that's why I feel like I need to get out in this world, network, and meet people who I can bring together so we can put together some shit to help these kids, teach them something different. Like my boys, they love soccer. I want to get them involved and stuff like that. I just don't want to see these kids keep falling by the wayside.
No.
Even the girls in my house, these little young girls, I talk to them and I tell them I'm 45 sitting in rehab. Come on now. Don't do it to yourself.
Right.
Get
it done now.
Exactly. Don't put yourself through all of the heartache, the pain, the struggles, And I know that you think you're young and you want to have fun and you want to drink and you want to do drugs.
Next thing you know, you're 40-5.
Man, where did my time go?
Because it was yesterday that I was 22 years old and I was living that dream.
Eating hot Cheetos and shit. Yeah. Now look, I'm sitting in Hope by the Sea.
Now look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's see what you're saying 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now.
Yeah.
That's what we care about.
And I pray over my room, with the girls in there. Yeah. And it's not, to instill any faiths or beliefs in them. I just pray over my room.
Yeah.
For protection. So it's like we were talking about earlier, the interceding prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe some of the Holy Spirit juices will fall down on them, and touch their spirits at night. For
sure. And when we walk this life of this godly life, and we don't force it upon people, they just see it and they're like, oh man, that looks beautiful.
They're so happy.
I want to be be happy. Like we don't really, we do promote the Christian track, with Pete and stuff, but like most of our clients that come in to Hope don't come in through the Christian track telephone lines. They come in through the regular telephone lines, and somewhere along the lines, they're like, I want to do Pete's groups. I want to be down there where they're singing. Yeah.
Right.
Like sometimes I go downstairs and I'll just be in the lobby and I can hear.
I can't wait to get down there and play my track sometimes. Yeah, I'll be having it going. Well, my whole thing is I'm not Christian, Catholic. Well, I grew up Catholic, but at this point, I just love God.
Yeah, just keep it. I keep it as
I'm not putting a religion on
it. God is a relationship that is a personal relationship between a human and Him.
You're right.
Everybody's even in like even if you're like at a Christian church, this guy sitting right here's relationship with God is different than this guy sitting right here and this girl sitting right here. And it's all different.
Right.
So that's why, like, I don't even know why people get in arguments about it. It's just like, hey.
Right.
It's the doctrine that they argue about, the stuff that's man-made, the man-made parts of the Bible, right? People get all like, crazy about that.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, I just wake up, I'm spiritual. I have a God in my life. I pray to Him. Shane is Jewish. Can you tell?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Everybody has to believe in something. That's my whole thing. You don't have to put a label on it. You know, my whole thing is just believe in something.
Yeah. Something greater than yourself.
Something greater than yourself. Because it's something it's a force moving somewhere. Yeah. So whatever you decide to call it, hey, more power to you. As long as it make you happy and get you moving, I'm with it.
Well, we appreciate you coming. I got to go pick up my daughter from school.
I'll have to get back to Mr. Pete.
Mr. Pete.
Yeah, Mr. Pete.
All right. Well, if he says anything, you just tell him you
great
were up
podcast.
Here
I know Pete's great.
On Chad's podcast.
I appreciate you, Shane.
Pete was on our podcast, so he knows what it's like.
Right on.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys. Yeah. Thank you. All right. You can have whatever you like.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All righty.
Bye.
Peace out.